case you didn't know, my name is Lana Jean. Well, that's my stage name, so you can call me Lana, you can call me Atlantis, you can call me what you like, but my brand is Goddess Embodied, and basically I made this page to enlighten, to bring high vibrations to others. Also, I use it as a platform to sing covers and to like post some of my live performances, which I'm still growing with, and just different things. Like basically this is just my canvas. This page is my canvas, and I'm gonna do with it whatever I please whatever I choose to speak about. But today I want to speak about divine counterparts, divine love, divine feminine and masculine. Now first of all, when people talk about divine feminine and divine masculine, the sex as far as masculine and feminine is fluid. It's more fluid than it seems, because we all have masculine and feminine aspects to ourselves. That's just naturally, and also when it comes to astrologically, because you can be a Pisces man, but Pisces is a feminine sign. You can be an Aries female, and that's a masculine sign. So does that make you a masculine female? Maybe in some ways you might be more masculine because maybe you're more aggressive and so on. But that's beside the point. Are we going to speed limit because the police are behind us? Okay, now this is what I want to talk about. So I was married before, and I did not get married for the right reasons. I got married, first of all, I knew my ex-husband from when I was a teenager, and I was so much more healthy as a child. And that sounds crazy, but like mentally, emotionally, all these things, I was so much more healthy. I guess I hadn't been through the traumatic things that I ended up having to survive through. I mean, I had some things happen to me as a child, but okay, let's try to stay on point. So when I got married, it was right after I had my first daughter. See, some people, well, my daughter was born before I got married. And if I'm just being honest, you know how a lot of people think like that women trap men with babies? That's true, some do. But there are also men there are also men who trap women with babies. I'm pretty sure we know that by now. But for those people who are young or who are naive or who have not experienced a lot of life, there are men who will do the same thing to you. They see your potential, they see your personality, they see what they can get from you. You might have a lot of money, maybe your family got money, or maybe they just see something in you and they want to control you. They will trap you with a baby faster than a woman. Just saying. And that's basically what happened, if I'm being totally honest. I know what he said. I just feel like it was meant to be. But if you, I'm going to just be real. If you are intimate with somebody and you are using protection, and while you're not paying attention, that person purposely take the protection off and they don't tell you, and they purposely get you pregnant without your permission the first time you have sex, I would consider that to be like a trapping. Okay, so anyway, blah blah blah, we're gonna get past that. Got married, and it was never right. It was always something chaotic or terrible or hurtful going on. And I'm not gonna get into the details because that is what my book is for. The book is for the tell-all. If you want those details. But I mean, I learned understand why you've been through hell or just terrible, traumatic experiences in life, and then you wonder, like, why, God? Why did I have to go through this? Why did you even let me be born to go through this? And what am I surviving for? Like, what did you keep me for? You could have just let me go on to glory, back home to you. But we do have a purpose. With all that trauma, all that pain, number one is to learn lessons within ourselves, because we're supposed to we are supposed to grow through it, not just continue to go through things. Like, we say a lot, I'm going through this, I'm going through it, oh yeah, I was going through it. But in reality, maybe we do, but when you just go through it, you don't learn. You don't necessarily learn. When you learn your lesson, what the purpose is, then you grow through it. And that's very important. And that's something I did not know for so long. I'm going through it. Or yeah, I went through this. But I didn't grow through it. You know, I let it defeat me. I let things defeat me a lot in life for a long time. And it wasn't until I realized that that's not the purpose. It's not to defeat you. You know, that's not why God created us, for us to just continuously be defeated. It's to teach, it's to serve, honestly, and it's to help enlighten others. It's to bring love to others. But again, I'm not going to go off course. I'm going to try to stay on course. So when I was in that relationship, I thought that was my divine counterpart, because it was a lot of eye-opening things that happened. I had been in a relationship before that was terrible. And basically, yeah. And I want to say, no matter what you have done in life, number one, if you've been taken advantage of, raped, molested, things like that, I just want to say to you, people who have gone through that, which I'm one of those people, it's not your fault. So try your best to stop carrying that guilt around, because sometimes when we are victims or survivors, we carry around this survivor's guilt. We have to let that go. We also have to let go the shame of maybe, okay, I spent all these years being abused, and that's just an example, because my entire marriage was not physically abusive, but it's like, you know, it's like I could have accomplished so much. I could have done this, I could have had this, I could be here, I could have these things, I could be set up like this, but instead I went through this, and I didn't grow through it. I didn't start growing. I feel like I didn't really, I mean, I could be wrong, but I just feel like I didn't really start growing until I was out of it. So then I could actually find some peace of mind, or try to grow to having a peace of mind, grounding, self-awareness, and realizations of a lot of things, and still day-to-day letting go of shame and guilt. So, but the point is, because we're talking about divine counterparts, I thought that was a divine counterpart, because I was like, okay, well, why would God allow me to be in this situation, allow me to procreate with this person if my purpose is not here? Maybe it's to heal him. Maybe it's to heal these children that he already had that don't have proper parenting around them, who don't have basically a mom, who don't basically have a dad, who basically don't really have anybody who loved them like a parent, to really focus on them, really cater to them, tend to them, teach them how to speak and walk and eat and tie his shoes and behave and, you know, things like that. But I just want to address that I think our purpose is to serve others, but it's not to sacrifice ourselves completely to save others. Our job is not to do that. It's not, because what I take from my marriage is that I know I did a good thing showing love and care and concern to those children. And I was always genuine. You know, I showed love and care not only to those children, but to his mother, to his grandmother, to his great-grandmother. I took care of her. To his brother, to his sister. So I know I did good things by being the best I could be with what I could to my capacity, although I didn't have much capacity to do many things because I was already in a dark place, in a dark space, broken in a lot of ways, if I'm just being honest. And then and when it became abusive and it was terrible, like, which is more than one form of abuse, flat out, it's more than one form of abuse. There is financial abuse, there's mental abuse, emotional abuse, I feel like spiritual abuse, sexual abuse, and physical. And maybe I might even be missing a few, but those are real. And when I left and I went to a domestic violence educational class, it hurt me so bad to read those books, man. To see the science behind it, to see how textbook it truly was. When I thought, oh, it's a mistake, blah, 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 I ain't mean to hit you. I ain't think I hit you that hard. I just grabbed you. But in reality, like, most abusers, it's not a mistake. They didn't lose control. They actually was in control because they make sure to hit you, usually, unless they just don't care and they are out of control, but they make sure to hit you in places where people won't see the bruises. My older sister's dad made a joke one day talking about something about, I'm gonna hit you in the back of the head, that way don't nobody see the knots and bruises. And it was a joke. He was joking, but that was a trigger for me, and it hurt me. And I remember I had to walk off somewhere and cry because that's what happened. That's something that happened to me. He will always hit me in places where people couldn't see. And if it was places like when he headbutted me and there was a knot in my head, then I wasn't allowed to come in the house and speak to the family. I wasn't allowed to come out. I was embarrassing him. Okay, but we gonna get past that because this is not what we're supposed to be talking about today. We're supposed to be talking about divine counterparts. But my point is, like, even through that, I was so lost. I still thought I had some purpose there. I had no idea what self-love was. I had no idea what it was. And that's why I talk consistently, always striving to push self-love, self-awareness, self-care, because I didn't know what it was. And when you don't know what it is, when you don't know how to love yourself, man, you can find yourself in some of the most dark, terrible places. So anyway, divine counterparts. But one thing I noticed in that relationship was just that it was always a test going on, or it was always a trial or some type of tribulation, like a terrible one. And sometimes when everything go wrong in your relationship over and over and over again, it's because, in my opinion, it's because your ancestors, your angels, God is trying to tell you to maybe take a step back, look at it from a higher perspective, take a break, chill, maybe break up, take some space, take a break, see if things can work themselves out. Because when it's just one thing after another, it is, on a spiritual sense, in my opinion, it is your ancestors whooping your ass, or they ass, or both y'all ass. Because it's like, if you don't leave this motherfucker alone, leave the motherfucker alone. And sometimes some people are hard-headed, some people are stubborn, and some people do not like to give up. Let me back up a little bit more. They about to start doing stuff like to me. Okay, so what else we got to say? So, okay, new relationship. It's very important that when you get into a relationship that you are healed. If you're not healed, you need to make that really, really clear to your partner. Sometimes, and this is just my experience, my opinion, your partner might come into your life and you don't understand. Huh? No. Oh, it's cool. Sometimes, okay, so I always felt like God will send your person when you're ready, when you heal, when you're whole. I don't know if that's always true. Energetically, it makes sense, but maybe sometimes I can't say that it's just that straightforward and just that straight line. I don't feel like God works in a straight line. God is spiritual. Spiritual is not necessarily logic. God is not necessarily logical. God is not logical. God is spiritual. God works through the means of spirit, and signs and synchronicities and workings, divine workings, they're not logical, they're miracle. So I was in a dark place, and I think God was tired or God was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and put my foot down in my daughter's life, because I felt like I was sent my divine counterpart. God did not want me going no further down, because I had already been rock bottom various times in my previous relationship and even before that. And the things that I've gone through in life, yes, we make decisions and whatnot that lead us where we end up, but at some point as children and through life, some things we just didn't ask for and we didn't deserve. Divine counterpart come in, they challenge you, they love you, but they're still human. So, sometimes if you are trying to grow and heal, you might get a little stuck in focusing on all your shortcomings, why you're not here yet, why you don't have this, why you don't have that. But in reality, that's life. Recognize your worth regardless, and give yourself some grace. Divine counterparts come in, and when two divine masculine, divine feminine, no matter what the gender, come together in alignment, and they both love each other, and they're both willing to change and grow and just every day put in that work, they both are on the same page. It creates a different vibration on the earth. Whether anybody, you don't, this is my opinion. It creates a different vibration on the earth. Now, number one, you already are vibrating different. Or you might even, your vibration might have lowered, because sometimes our vibration can lower and elevate all day long. It depends on every single thing you think, say, do, reactions, actions, cleanliness, mentality, people that you have around you, what you're taking in, what you're watching, what you're seeing, what you're reading, what you're listening to. It affects your energy field. So you come together, two divine people. It's a divine counterpart, divine masculine, divine feminine union. You come together, you love each other, and it's different. You're drawn to each other, and everything that triggers you about things you've been in your past, it's something in you that wants to let them in your heart, even if your heart has been closed off. Your heart chakra might have been closed off. I think most people in this world, hearts are shut down. They are blocked. They're not open. They're not glowing. They're not spinning like they're supposed to, and that's on an energetic level. So it's a rebirth. It's a rebirth of love that you create with each other once you come together. But you start emitting a glow, a siren, a sound, something on a spiritual level. People always, in case you notice, if you've ever been in a loving relationship where you really love that person, you're gonna be tested because you emit a glow. You both do. You emit a glow. You emit an energy, pheromone. I mean, everything just be popping because you're getting what you need and you're giving. It's an energy exchange that's equal, so it's in alignment with God. You're not just taking. You're not just giving. You're not empty. You're whole, and you're also being added to, and you're adding to the other person. You emit an energy, and then you will be tested. God says, okay, this is what you asked for. This is what you said you wanted, right? You said you love this person. Okay, we're gonna see all your demons. And when I say demons, I mean shortcomings, addictions, maladaptive coping mechanisms, your vices, your whatever, all the things that you know you ain't supposed to do, but you do it to make you feel better. Whether it be promiscuity, drugs, alcohol, food addiction, pornography addiction, just entertaining others, like, oh, you know what, they ain't answer the phone, so now I'm triggered, and so I'm about to entertain one of my exes. Maybe you have a sex addiction. Maybe you have an alcohol addiction. Maybe you have, maybe it might be gambling. Maybe it might be just chasing money or something like that. You know, it could be all types of things, honestly. You will be tested. You will be tested. And because energetically, people are going to know, especially if it's like your exes, they're going to know. And energetically, for people that don't know, they're going to feel it in your spirit. And the way this world is set up, because it's so, at this time, maybe I'm wrong, uncommon to have connections like that. It's rare. It's like a target become on you and your partner's back in a way. All the snakes, all the exes, I mean, they're gonna be coming through, and not even just exes, new people, new people, snakes, Jezebel spirit. And then people always think that the Jezebel spirit is associated with only female or feminine energy. No, it can be men that carry the Jezebel spirit. Shoot, I was married to one. No offense if he watching. I'm just being honest. Jezebel spirit, spirit of temptation, spirit of excess of sexual promiscuity, perversion, all types of things. It's going to be drawn to you because the devil, negative energies, the powers that were, whatever you want to say, whoever you want to call it, is something that's working really, really hard against divine counterparts, against divine marriage, divine love, that love that's in alignment with God. It's something that fights against that. It's something that really works hard to try to work against that, to try to block it, stop it. Because if everyone, like for instance, and I say this all the time, and I want to make a whole video about it. As a matter of fact, I am going to make a whole video about it. I'm going to just stay on course. There are energies that want to stop it, that want to block it. Just like I know that there are energies out here that want to stop and block me. And I recognize it more and more as every day passes, because of my mind, my spirit, who I am, how I am. And it's parts of me that need work for sure. But it's always a temptation for me to change my character. And it has been a temptation for a long time. People, as an example, people can hurt people. But we have a choice to let it change our character, or to stay who we are at our core beliefs, values, and continue on to recognize and not internalize their behavior. Even if it hurts, you're going to grieve. People don't recognize a relationship. You grieve. You lose a child, you grieve. You lose a person, you grieve. Grief is normal. And a lot of times, a lot of us are walking around with grief, and we ain't grieved. We numbed. Sex, drugs, alcohol, TV, shopping, bopping, lopping, dopping, I don't know. But we numb. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can't numb forever. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. It might be years before that day come, and it's gonna come down so hard, and it hurts to grieve. I wouldn't say it's easier, because it's not easy. It's not easy. It's a painful process. It's painful, just like healing is painful, but it's worth it. Because if you don't do it when it happens, when it comes upon you unexpectedly at the worst possible time, and you thought that you was over it because you can't even barely let tears come out of your eyes no more, it's still in you. Anything you sweep under the rug is not gone. It's under there. It's not gone. It's under there. It's up under there. Growing. Taking up space. So I just pray that for all of the divine masculines and feminines, those divine counterparts that's coming together who are being tested right now. Breathe through it. Be vulnerable with your partner. Be honest. I know y'all are being honest. I feel like y'all are being honest with each other. And all the conversations ain't easy because relationship, marriage, commitment is work. Because you're dealing with a whole nother person. And you have to learn them. You have to learn how to dance this dance. That's what my therapist said. She called it a dance. You got to learn how to dance the dance of life with this person. How it works for you. That's why no relationship, yours or otherwise, is ever a cat. It can never be. It's not cookie cutter. You can't say, okay, well, this is what they do, so this is what we gonna do. No, because I've been through things, you've been through things. We gotta figure out what works for us. We gotta be on the same page. And when you find that person, if you have that person, thank God every single day. Thank that person. Show your love. Life is short. So I tell my man every time he leave, I don't care if you late. I always got a rhyme, but it turns to a whole freestyle. You gonna give me a kiss. You gonna give me a hug. I'ma rub your back. You know, like, I appreciate every single moment that I have with you. That's what makes me take a step back and relax and control my anger, control my reactions as much as I can. I'm doing the work. God, with the power that God invested in me and my ancestors and my angels, and I'm doing the work. Growth is happening. And every day is not the best day. But I am still here. I'm still here. And look at me. I brushed my hair today. I put on some little jewelry today. I didn't put no nails on today. I didn't feel like it. I put me a little bit of mascara on. I washed up. I smell good. I took time out to care about how I look. And I saw a post with Lauren London when she was talking about how she proud of herself today where she is because she took a bath today. And that resonated with me tremendously. My sister called me the other day. She's like, I'm proud of you. I know what you've been through. I'm proud of you. Look at you. You put effort into how you look before you come up out the house. Because it was a long time when I didn't. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even care. Because I was still just surviving. And for the survivors, we don't have to just live our life surviving forever. We can thrive. We can live. We can enjoy life. We can love. We don't have to just keep surviving. And it's really important to have your goals. That don't even have nothing to do with what we were supposed to be talking about. But I hope I got the point out. The points are divine partnerships exist, number one. Number two, they don't always come in when you are expecting them. They usually don't. They come in at the most unexpected times. Number three, when you are in those divine counterpart relationships, you will be challenged. They will challenge you. They will push you. And even if they don't push you, you're going to push yourself. You're going to have this feeling inside of your spirit that be like, you know what? I'm not going to do that to him. Oh, you know what? I'm not about to do that to her. Let me just be honest. Let me just be vulnerable. Let me just be real. Let me just push myself to be the best I can be, no matter how hard it might be some days, because I ain't never did this before. But I'm going to do it because something about this feels so good. It feels so right because it feels so normal, natural. It feels like home. It feel like the sun on me when it's not too hot, and I'm at the beach and I can hear the waves and I feel the warm water on my feet. It feel like on a windowsill when it's a hot night and it's thundering and lightning, it's pouring rain, but it smells so sweet. That's what it feel like to me sometimes. It feel like fear ain't working no more. It feel like fear ain't working no more. Fear is not serving me, and I need to let that comfort zone go. You will be tested. You will be tested. We cannot continue to repeat the same cycles and expect to have divine counterparts flourish. It's a growing, it's an elevation, it's a change. Because through your change and your coming together, you change others. What else do we got? I don't know. That was pretty much it. I think that was it. From now on, I'm going to do my best to be more organized with my videos. Having my videos more organized. But I would like to say to all the people who are subscribed to my channel, I am so grateful for you. For the people who actually take the time out to watch my videos through and appreciate me and my personality and who I am. I have so much to say, and I don't always feel very encouraged to do it, but I want to, because I feel like it is what I'm supposed to do, because I feel very comfortable doing this now. I used to feel so uncomfortable, but I feel very comfortable now. I'm sending y'all prayers of light and love. If your heart is heavy, let it be light as a feather. Love all through you, all around you, and everything coming through you. What you give and what you receive. Love, abundance, protection. I pray that we are all protected. I'm grateful that we are all protected at all times. We are surrounded by protection of our ancestors, our archangels, our spirit guides, and Mother, Father, God. And I'm so very grateful for the people that I love, that they're healthy, that they're abundant, that they are safe, that we all are. Always. That we continue to elevate our consciousness to our higher self so we can serve on this planet like God intended for us, and our purpose of being alive here right now. I got more videos to come, and I just want to say, for real, I really, 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 really love you. I love you, whoever you are. I love you. And feel free to subscribe, to share the video, to like the video, comment down below, comment on things that you want to hear me speak about, because I have a lot in this big head. You see how big it is? Yeah, it's big. It's a lot in here, and sometimes I don't always think of, like, what do people want to know? You know, sometimes I draw cards, or sometimes things just come to me. But put it out there. Send me a message. Follow, if you want, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is @goddessinbody, GODDESS_N_BODY. I also have a music page and a jewelry page, but for now, just follow me on there, hit me up on there, send me some questions. But feel free to do it under the comments, because I want to hear from people who actually listen and want to hear messages from me, because I do have a lot to offer us. Okay? Alright, y'all. Love and light, and have a peaceful and productive day. Ashe.